Hey, St. Peter's, I want to share a story, actually, several stories. I remember when I was young in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Fredericktown, Missouri, of going up to the altar rail with my parents and receiving a blessing from my pastor. I remember sticking my head in between the posts on the altar rail and the pastor giving me a blessing. I don't exactly remember the words, but I knew it was important and I wanted that blessing. I remember in confirmation learning about what the pastor was actually saying, what those words actually meant, what God was saying in his scriptures, and growing in it, and just being absolutely amazed at what my pastors, Pastor Sean and Pastor Bering, were teaching me, and coming to know God better, and just the joyfulness of it. And I remember Lindy going through confirmation, adult confirmation with Pastor Schuler in Rosenberg, Texas, and then seeing from her eyes what it meant to be Lutheran, to understand the faith. I had grown up in the Lutheran church, so it was all ordinary for me. But for her, it was extraordinary to know and to understand and have that time with a pastor. And I'm so thankful for the pastors in my life through seminary and otherwise, and all of the other church workers that have been a part of my life who have helped me to understand who God is. I mentioned in the sermon that there's an initiative, a program through the LCMS called Set Apart to Serve. You can Google what some more information about that, just Set Apart to Serve LCMS, and you'll find it real quick. But I mentioned that we have a lack of pastors, of lack of teachers, other church workers. And the Lord asks us to pray for laborers for the harvest. And I encourage you to pray for laborers into the harvest, those that teach us who God is, to help us to understand how much we need him. If you happen to know some young people considering church work, being pastors, pray for them, encourage them. We need them to answer our questions. And other people who want to be in church work, encourage them as well. Pray fervently that the Lord would send workers into his harvest so that we know him. Keep that in your prayers. I encourage you to look out for people who would be good to take God's calling into his church. The Lord be with you.